All right, we are talking about axis of rotation. There's three rotations that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about roll, yaw, and pitch. So take a look at the first aircraft that you see at the top of the page, and you get the movement. The movement is a side-to-side movement we call roll, and it is created by moving the ailerons. You'll see these flaps on the side of the wings, moving them in opposite directions. So the ailerons in opposite direction create a roll, which makes the aircraft go side to side on its center axis. So we picture a rod going directly through the nose and the back of the aircraft, and it can only do a left and right roll on that rod or axis. All right, so let's go down to yaw. Yaw is the second one we're looking at down here. Yaw is used, or yaw is moved with the rudder. We make changes in yaw by moving the rudder left and right. And as you can see that you have an opposite reaction to the direction that you move the rudder as it twists the plane left and right on its center of axis. So if a rod was stuck right between the center of the plane going up and down, and the plane could only spin on that rod, it would spin back and forth, left and right, using the rudder to make the adjustments in yaw. Now pitch. Pitch is how we bring the aircraft up and down. It has little flaps at the back wing, at the back of the aircraft. Unlike the ailerons up top, where they work opposite each other, the elevator works together. So both elevators on both sides of this aircraft are moving in the same direction, up and down, to get the nose and the tail to raise and lower. Now, when we talk about drones, drones are very similar. Little bit different, but they're pretty much the same, and I'll show you how that works. With a roll, we go side to side, just like this, as if there is a metal rod going directly between the drone, and the drone can only spin left and right on that axis. And instead of using ailerons, it uses a different combination of motor speeds in order to get the drone to do a roll. Now yaw's a little bit, this is where it's a little bit different with the drone, because unlike the aircraft that is limited to a small amount of left and right yaw with an imaginary shaft down the center, only allowing the aircraft to go left and right, the drone, because it has its thrust and lift going up in the vertical position, it can actually yaw 365 degrees in both directions, unlike our fixed wing planes, who rely on the leading edge of the wing for lift, can only make smaller yaw movements left and right. And then finally, we come to pitch. That's the up of the nose or raise of the tail. That's also done with a series of changes in the motor speeds to get the nose to go down or the tail to go back, which is called pitch. When it pitches forward, lowering the nose, the drone actually moves in a forward direction. When it pitches back, lowering the tail, the drone actually moves backwards in a rear direction from the backwards pitch. Forward and backwards is called pitch. All right, just remember for your test, most of the questions will be over aircraft, and knowing that an aileron makes the roll from side to side, the rudder makes the yaw spin left and right on its axis, and the pitch uses the movement of the elevators on the back tail up and down to bring the nose up or down to get forward or reverse movement. All right, that is the axis of rotation.